Great, welcome. I think we are live. Welcome to the session where I will show you how you can balance your navel chakra to magnify your personal power and amp up your confidence. For all those of you who are on the recording, please give me a minute here to set everything up and say hi to me in the comments. Let me know how you're doing in these intense times. Okay, I think we're all good. Let's wait another minute before we start to give everybody time to come online. I see there's already a few people here. Please say hi. Let me know how you're doing. While I pour myself some tea here. Oh, this got a lovely pink color. I've never had this one before. Hi, Emma. Lovely to see you. How are you doing today? Good. I say let's dive in. Today I want to talk to you about the third chakra, the navel chakra, also called solar plexus chakra or Manipura in Sanskrit. If you haven't watched the sessions about the first and the second chakra yet, you can find them here in our circle with the help of the search function. So just type in there root chakra or sacral chakra and they will pop up for you. So let's start with a quick overview of the chakra system for those of you who haven't watched the other episodes yet. Hi Adele, how lovely to see you. How are you doing? Yes, Lou and I are really well. Thank you for asking. You might hear Lou at some point. He's in the other room playing, but my aunt is here to keep him busy. So that's good. Yeah, so our chakra system consists of 7 main chakras, which are energy centers located along the spine. I did a really amazing ritual 2 days ago, which was an extended ritual where I was in a really deep trance for a long time, and I was really able to see my chakras in such amazing detail. It was so beautiful, and this is when I also realized that the chakras have a direction, that they're directed in a certain way. So the seventh chakra is directed upwards, and the first chakra is directed downwards, and all the other chakras, they're directed to the sides. So if you imagine the third eye chakra, for example, is going out here, and throat chakra is going out here and going out here. And so it is with the navel chakra. And why I love working with the chakras so much is because we can work with them on the physical, the mental, and the emotional plane, and that in turn will activate the soul level of our existence. Now, you all know that I'm a shaman, and I work a lot with my clients who I've taught shamanic journeying. I can actually access the soul level of things directly, but with those of my clients who haven't learned journeying yet, I need to have a way to access the soul level without doing it directly, so to say, and the chakras are an amazing way to do that. So on the physical level, they correspond to a specific place in the body, right? On the mental level, we can concentrate on the chakra we're working with, for example, by using the color that's associated with it. And on an emotional plane, we can feel into the issues that we're experiencing that are associated with that chakra. So you see that they are an amazing way for us to work on our stuff holistically, addressing all levels of our being, which really is the only way to heal whatever we're working on, since the issue is always present on all levels, body, mind, heart, and soul. So in working with the chakras, our aim is to balance them, because overactive and underactive chakras cause us problems. Hi Magda, lovely that you're here as well. Adele, you're good, and it's hot here today. Incredible that it's hot in the UK. I heard from my friend in Findhorn in Scotland as well that they're at the beach. I'm like, what? Now I know where all of our summer weather went. It went up north. It's been freezing here all the month of May. I'm getting really tired of it, to be honest. Good, back to the chakras. Now, in most people in our contemporary societies have an overactive first and second chakra, and sometimes also the third. Think of people like Donald Trump. That's the perfect example of that. Very active first, second, and third chakra, and completely inactive higher chakras. And the other 4 to 5 in most people are underactive, unused potential. But there are also people like me, and maybe you if you're here, probably you if you're here, who have active higher chakras and not so active lower chakras, which means that we need a lot of grounding here in the earthly plane. That's what I love so much about shamanism, that it really captures our reality here in such an amazing way. We are of the earth and of the sky. We have incarnated here in a body. We live in the earthly plane. So those are the 3 lower chakras that ground us here. And then we are obviously souls who have incarnated. We are spiritual beings. So our essence is symbolized by the upper 3 chakras. And then in the middle, there's the heart. This is where it all comes together. And what we really want is to activate all of the chakras evenly, so that the energy can flow freely, flow from the lowest up to the highest, and give us access to higher consciousness and the soul level of our existence, which, while we remain grounded in our bodies at the same time. Good. Was this clear? Are there any questions about this so far? This is quite a complex topic, and I always try to sum it up quickly so we can get started with that specific chakra for the day. So just let me know if you have questions or if this was clear. Jacqueline, hi. How are you doing? Or is it Jacqueline? Since you're from Canada, you might also be speaking French. Magda, you said, I bought white sage yesterday and just saged my chakras. I love that. And the whole flat. I'm wondering how long the smell will stay. I so know what you mean. Like, I have these Palo Santo sticks that my son loves to use for smudging. But like, I really don't enjoy the slightly burnt smell in the house, to be honest, and stays for quite a while. Yeah, so if you have questions about the chakra system as a whole, just pop them in the comments while I continue talking. So the solar plexus chakra, also called navel chakra or Manipura in Sanskrit, is seated in the spine, right behind your navel. And like all the chakras, apart from the 1st and the 7th, it emanates out to both sides of the body. And this chakra is the home of your personal power, the seat of your personal power. It's all about your inner strength, your willpower, your courage, your self-esteem, your confidence. The solar plexus is where we meet our inner masculine, our inner warrior. And when we connect to this energy, we strengthen our sense of self-worth and our ability to manifest our purpose in life through aligned action. And all your manifestation power and your ability to create change in your life comes from this energy center. And the element of this chakra is fire, and the color is yellow. And I really wanted to wear something yellow, but yellow is not a color that suits me particularly well. So I didn't. I don't have anything yellow. I already had that problem last month when we talked about the sacral chakra, where I was like, okay, I don't have anything orange. Like most white women or white people in general don't look all too flattering. It's not a flattering color for white people. Orange and yellow. What is the next one going to be? The heart space. Well, there's a lot of discussion about which color it has. Most people say green. For me, it's pink. I love pink. I'll probably be wearing pink. Good. So to see where you are at with your solar plexus chakra, let's do a little self-assessment here. So I will tell you what an underactive and an overactive solar plexus chakra looks and feels like, so that you know where you are at, which is especially important for my transformation members who will be part of the navel chakra healing session next weekend. So please make sure that you know if you have an underactive or overactive sacral chakra to not end up in the wrong session. And if you have doubts or questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me in our transformation group. That's what I'm here for. And for everybody else, this will also be a great practice, because I will be giving you lots of tips and tricks on what you can do, practical stuff that you can implement straight away if you have either an overactive or an underactive solar plexus chakra. So let me check your comments before we get started. Jacqueline, you're saying basic French family, actually from Scotland. Oh, that's amazing. I've lived in both France and in Scotland. That's beautiful. Okay. So if your solar plexus chakra is not activated enough, then you might frequently feel like you have low energy. You might find that you often let other people walk all over you. You might fall into depression easily. You might feel a lack of purpose or direction in your life. You might work at a job that doesn't feel like you, but you can't imagine creating your own abundance. You might also struggle with overeating and overweight. You might suffer from indigestion. You lack confidence in yourself and in your abilities. And you might feel like you can't get stuff done, like action taking is difficult for you. You might feel disempowered, like you have no say over your own life. And you might feel like you're not good at manifesting what you want. And others would judge you as, somebody who might not stand up for themselves. So who feels spoken to here? So this is very common for women and underactive Manipura, because for centuries in our patriarchic societies, we have been taught to dim our navel chakra so that men could rule without our power getting in the way. So if this is you, let's talk about some practical things that you can do right now to turn the power back on. Not hearing any confessions here yet. Here we go. Emma, me. I feel you, dear. Adele, you're also saying this sounds like me. Okay, well, here we go. So this is what we do to turn the power back on. Now, let's start with the practical, easy things before we go into the deeper stuff. Now, a really easy thing to do is eating fresh yellow foods like pineapple, mango, yellow peppers. What else is yellow? Fresh food that is yellow. Well, you can think of others. So this is a really easy and cool thing to do. Similarly easy is wearing yellow clothing, especially t-shirts or pullovers or dresses, whatever covers your belly. And dressing in a way that makes you feel confident is another practical tip. So think about that for a moment. Like, think for a moment about the clothes that are in your wardrobe and how they make you feel. So I had this huge change in how I dress in the past few years, because I used to always wear black, always tight-fitting black clothes. And I realized when I first traveled to India that I started to wear multicolored clothes and loose clothing. And I was like, what's wrong with me? And then I realized that here in Europe, I just don't feel like I want to be seen like that, because people get judged so much so quickly. So I just didn't wear this kind of clothing. And then I moved to Findhorn, to an eco-village, an intentional community in the Scottish Highlands, which many of you might know. And I lived there for 1.5 years, and I started to become much more experimental with my clothing, just like I would be in Asia, only that it's really cold in Scotland. So I didn't feel like I had that much freedom to express myself in that way, since the most important thing was like warm, warm, warm. But since then, I've traveled to Thailand and to Bali, and I've completely changed now, even here in Austria. Like I always wear light colored clothing, or I still have some dark blue stuff, which I love as well, but it's mostly like whites and pink clothes or beige clothes. And I wear them all the time, and I have lots of free flowing things now. And this is just an expression of how different I feel, because I don't let myself be judged anymore. It just isn't at all something that's on my mind anymore. It's just not important anymore what other people think. And I just feel so confident just being me, you know? And so this is something that you can do, very practical, that might help you step into that confident version of yourself that is powerful, to choose your clothings according to that. So think about it. What clothing makes you feel confident and powerful? Jacqueline, you're saying about 60%, but not all. Yes, so not everything that I say has to be true for you to have an underactive Manipura. Everyone's different. Those are just some common themes that might come up for many. Magda, you think you have an underactive solar plexus chakra. Hi Sarah, nice to see you. How are you doing? Good. So what else can you do? Drinking more water, drinking fresh juices and smoothies without sugar is also a really great tip for you. Reducing sugar in general, because sugar robs us of our energy and our willpower. Like addictions actually get worse the more sugar we eat. So that should really tell us something. So if you're struggling with eating too much or just too sugary stuff, then I suggest you go shopping when you don't feel hungry, just after eating, and you buy sweets without any kind of sugar, like dark chocolate or dates. Oh my God, my son and I made this really cool thing today. So we made these like energy balls, and they're so amazing. They're so yummy. It's a really simple recipe. All we did was we mixed fine oats with peanut butter, almond butter, a bit of honey. My aunt has her own bees, so we sometimes have honey at home, and a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of coconut oil, and I think that was already it. And then we made those small balls out of it, and then we rolled them in oh no, I put some walnuts in the mixture as well, like grounded walnuts. And then we made the balls, and then we rolled them in coconut, like you know, shredded coconut thingies. My English is deserting me. Oh my God, this is a really good recipe. So if you're struggling with eating too much or too much sugar, then try these kinds of alternative things, which are pretty amazing. And yeah, fasting in general is a really good practice. I'm talking about yummy things, but fasting is a really good practice to enliven Manipura and nourish yourself in a conscious way. And there's all kinds of fasting that might be great for you. What I love for beginners is to do liquid fasting, like for example, soup fasting or juice fasting. It's really easy and really yummy. And another great thing for you to do if you have an underactive Manipura is a daily asana practice in the morning. That will really help you with all of these issues, like bringing you tons of energy. And it doesn't have to be long. You know, if you can just move for 10 or 15 minutes in the mornings, that's already amazing. That will really make sure that your energy is starting to flow through your body. And if you have an underactive Manipura, then I really recommend a yang yoga practice, meaning like something vigorous, like for example, flow yoga, or doing sun salutations. And this is exactly what we're going to do together inside of the transformation as our daily Manipura practice. We're going to do sun salutations to amazing, sunny, beautiful music that my dad composed. So that's going to be really cool. Another thing that you can do is make a conscious effort to find your purpose in life. And stop waiting for your purpose to find you, because it's right there inside of you. And, all you have to do is to be willing to go within. I know that many of you have already found your purpose. You already know that you want to be healers. We'll be talking a lot more about that soon with the 5-day event, which I really look forward to already. But for those of you who don't know yet, Magda, for example, you might want to do some soul searching. Sarah, you're saying you love heels and you feel super confident in heels. That's great. So now you know that. That's brilliant. I have actually got like 4 pairs of heels right now in the little chamber I have there with all the stuff that I don't use, which I'm going to give to charity because I haven't worn heels in literally years. So this is something that I have banished from my life just because it doesn't feel comfortable. I love boots. They can have a small heel, but that's it. No, Emma, I said yang yoga. Yang is, yin and yang. So the yin is the feminine energy and yang is the masculine energy. So a yang yoga style means a yoga style that speaks more to the masculine energy inside of you. So something like flow yoga, for example, or hot yoga, or ashtanga, vinyasa, all of those things. And yin yoga would be the opposite. Or restorative yoga could also be like a gentle style of yoga. But this is for you if you have an overactive Manipura. So let's talk more about what you can do if you have an underactive one. So in shamanism, we talk about power loss if the symptoms that we have just talked about for an underactive Manipura are strong within you. So in this case, a shamanic power retrieval journey would be really great for you. So let me explain how this works. As we go through life, it can happen that we give our power away to other people. Okay, we naturally hand it over to our parents at birth so that they can take care of us. But at some point during puberty, we want to take it back, and that process causes a lot of friction between parents and children because it mostly happens unconsciously on both sides, which is a shame because it's a natural process, and if we're just more aware of what's going on, we could be more compassionate with one another. And because of this friction between parents and children, this process often is not completed. So we end up being adults without feeling fully responsible for ourselves. And from that standpoint, it's difficult to step into our power and purposely create our own reality. We also give our power away later in life to lovers, partners, friends, and our own children. And on a power retrieval journey, we say yes to taking this power back and can find and integrate this energy. And I will hold exactly that kind of session next weekend, and participation is free for all those of you who share a specific post of mine with their networks. So if you want to participate, write power retrieval session in the comments, and I will find you later and tag you in the post that you need to share to be included. It's going to be a really cool session. I look forward to it. So let's talk about the opposite end of the scale. What it looks and feels like if your solar plexus chakra is too active. So if this is the case for you, then you might find yourself often getting angry or aggressive. You might be controlling and bossy. You might have no problem using other people for personal gain. You might easily become obsessive about things. You might want to feel power over other people. You might feel very hungry all the time and eat a lot, but maybe not even take on a lot of weight. You might move very fast in life, and you might not be very, you might be good at getting things done, but what you get done might not be aligned with who you really are. And you might hold a powerful position in your job or be the head of a family and be used to making decisions. And you might find it difficult to share about your feelings or even not feel much. And others would judge you as very confident, although it's really often just a show. So is this the case for anybody here? Share it with me in the comments. Now, well, this is typically a male problem, which you might have already guessed. And I have sure come across some women who have an overactive Manipura, so there's no shame there. So you're safe to share here. The thing is that people with an overactive solar plexus chakra might seem and even, feel powerful, but their power and confidence and self-worth comes not from an inner alignment, from true personal power, but from ego, from identifying too much with the masculine part of their being and not being anchored in their heart space. And true power comes from a balance between the masculine and the feminine, and an alignment between hand and heart, between our actions and our feelings and our soul purpose here on earth. So if you have an overactive Manipura, then you should focus on getting some of that extra energy to move upwards into your heart center. You can simply visualize that intense fire burning around your navel, and as you breathe in, drawing it upwards into your heart space. And a shadow integration practice can really help with the anger. I teach you how to do that inside of the transformation as part of learning shamanic journeying. This is where we recognize all of our shadow aspects and learn how to integrate them so that they can transform back into the good intentions and into the light that they once were. And releasing into Mother Earth through stomping or letting excess energy flowing out of your hands and into the ground is also a really great way to release your anger. And a great next step after that would be crying, to get in touch with what's underneath the anger. Anger is a secondary emotion. It only gets produced if we don't allow sadness or grief, if we can't process that. So if you rarely cry, then schedule a time and space where you can dive into your feelings, into your sadness, ideally right after an anger release practice, and just let the tears flow. They're so healing. Another great thing for you if you have an overactive Manipura is a gentle movement practice that centers you in your heart space, like yin yoga, like I shared before, or a restorative yoga practice, something slow with a lot of stretches, for example. That would be really good in this case. And what's really key is to find out what nourishes you on all levels, and changes in your diet might really be a great first step. Same thing with the sugar here. That's for all of us, no matter where we are at with our chakras, we need to eliminate sugar. I haven't actually eaten refined sugar in forever. And then recently I cut out what I was using instead, like coconut sugar and maple syrup and all of that. And I was in a lot of, like for 5 days, I was so tired and I had headaches. I was sugar detoxing, although I haven't used refined sugar in years. So this is quite intense how it influences our body, and it actually really diminishes our energy so much. So whether your Manipura is over or underactive, bringing it into balance will bring you personal empowerment. It will help you to develop healthy boundaries and have tons of energy to manifest a purposeful life, nurture yourself in healthy ways, and really feel confident in yourself and your abilities. So who feels like working on the solar plexus chakra is key for you at this point in your life? What issues that you have in your life do you associate with this chakra from what you've just heard? Sarah is saying, I gave my power over to an abusive partner only took it back a year ago. I'm very controlling in my own life, but I don't allow many in as I'm aware of my energy is addictive also, so careful who I'm around. Yeah, I feel you, dear. You also have a 17-year-old daughter, but I don't or can't control her, and she has her freedom, but I give her advice and she listens. That's beautiful. That's lovely. And you cry 3 to 4 times a day. You're over emotional. You feel everything. I feel you so much. I used to be just like that before I became a mother, actually. Somehow went away. But yeah, better over emotional than not feeling enough, I would say. So as long as it's not, burdening you to feel everything, if it does, then working on your boundaries, on your energetic boundaries would be really good. I have a training for you about that right here. So if you want that, Sarah, let me know. I can tag you in it. Okay, Jacqueline, you're saying yes. Sometimes anger, Emma says, resistance for what is. Yes. Well, whenever you struggle with life, whenever you feel like, you resist what is, then what I love to remind myself is that life always happens for me. Life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. So whatever is happening that might not feel good in the moment, it is there to serve us. So our lesson is to find out how it serves us and to respond the right way. And then things can turn around so quickly. Jacqueline, you're saying I have felt my purpose in life is a messenger. So I have been writing about restoring the divine feminine, but fear and procrastination often blocks me. Oh, I love that. The divine feminine is so important. Fear and procrastination. Yeah, so fear is all about the first chakra. So you might want to watch that episode. I talked more about that there. And procrastination is definitely something that has to do with what we're talking about right here. So if you find that your Manipura is underactive, then definitely try to implement some of the things we've just talked about. Sarah, you're saying, yes, please. Boundaries is what I'm still learning. I was a people pleaser. Good. I'll make a note to tag you later. Where is my pen? Here. Okay. Magda, you're saying, I'm learning to express anger and feel safe with it. That is so important. Like, I'm still not very good at that. When I'm angry, it means that somebody has really crossed my boundaries big time, because I don't get angry easily. And then, yeah, then I'm a tornado. That's not so good. It happens with exactly just one person. Is Lou's dad, and he deserves it. I was just kidding. It's getting a lot better already. Good. So here's a general practice that you can use, whether your third chakra is overactive or inactive, a practice that I love. So as you're doing your yoga practice, I'm guessing many of you have a yoga practice. If you don't and you want one, let me know. I can help you create one for yourself. Then it doesn't really matter what yoga practice. It could be meditation, could be breathing practices, could be a meditation practice. Focus your mind on your navel and see a ball of yellow light there, okay, glowing evenly. So you wanna, if you feel like this light is very faint, that's when you have an underactive Manipura, then you wanna brighten it. So breathe in and see the light becoming brighter. And if you have an overactive Manipura, then you might see it really burning very fiercely. And then as you breathe out, it's like you're dampening the brightness a little bit with your breath. Okay, so what you want is this nice, beautiful sun shining inside of you. And in general, the best way to work with your chakras is to start with the first one, the root chakra, and then work your way up. Go to the sacral chakra, then to the navel chakra, and then further up, letting your energy rise chakra by chakra. And we're doing that together inside of the transformation throughout 2020, focusing on one chakra at a time, going from the practical aspects and implementing change to short and sweet daily practices for each chakra, all the way to deep healing ceremonies. Because the thing is that the key to change is a combination of several things. Now, the first thing is that you actually need awareness of the core issue. Most of us, when we want to change something, we try to fix the symptoms, but that doesn't work. We need to find out what the core issue is. Then the second step is to is really deep healing to address that core issue, soul level healing. And then we need a daily practice to advance that healing process further and bring it into our daily lives, integrate it into the other aspects of our being, into the emotional and the physical and the mental plane. And that's when you start to automatically abandon disempowering beliefs and habits and exchange them for empowering beliefs and habits. And it's those that you will see reflected in your daily life as more power and confidence. So if you want support on this journey to make it all so much easier and much more fun, and to have everything you need in one place, the daily practices, the healing practices, the accountability, the opportunity to share and ask questions, then you can join us in the transformation. Some of you who are here in the session, you're already in the transformation. And for those of you who are not, this is your invitation. And the chakra healing sessions, the chakra healing series, all of them, this is just a cherry on the top. The transformation is a 3-month program. It's a complete upgrade for body, mind, heart, and soul. So the big highlight of it is actually that I teach you shamanic journeying, which is why most women join. It's humanity's oldest and most powerful healing practice, and the only spiritual practice, manifestation practice that you're ever going to need. And you can learn it in just 3 months, all while pampering yourself with beautiful practices, meditations, yoga, workouts, breathing practices. And like for those of you who don't know about shamanic journeying yet, it's like having a magic wand. Okay, it means being able to access yourself at the deepest level so you can heal body, mind, heart, and soul. So you can own your unique gifts. It means you can find your purpose, step into your calling, master manifestation. It's really, really amazing. Some of you who are on, you've already studied shamanic journeying with me. You can let the others know what that's like. Now, what I will do is I will guide you deeply, step by step, so that you can face your fears and transform with grace and with ease, healing on the deepest level to experience more joy and fulfillment on all levels of your life, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially. So you will become a clear channel for spirit, and that will lead you all the way from mastering your personal life and just loving who you are and what you do, all the way to becoming a light to many, many others who need your help. Now, I know that these are really confusing times for all of us, and shamanic journeying is the most amazing way to access higher consciousness and understand what's really going on for us personally and for us all collectively. And once you have learned the process, you will be able to use it all your life, to have an instant connection to all of life and your personal spirit guides. So you can answer all your questions and they can help you on your path to your best life step by step. Because the thing is that all the answers are already inside of you. All you need is the key, the key to access higher consciousness, and shamanic journeying is that key. So on your journeys, you will be able to work with your inner child. You will be able to do shadow integrations. You will work with the feminine archetypes. You can tap into a source of infinite joy, peace, and inspiration. And after that deep dive into yourself, you can continue with a bonus that I'm including for you, which is my 2-week program, Find Your Calling. It's one of my best-selling programs, because your unique soul purpose is waiting to be discovered inside of you, and you can access it with ease through this program and then work with your spirit guides to bring it to life. You're really guided step by step. You have me to hold your hand in our weekly live sessions and in our monthly new moon and full moon rituals, where you learn to let go of what no longer serves you and to call into your life what you want to experience instead. And you also have a circle of amazing women to lovingly hold you accountable. Good. And yeah, I mean, I really see the solution to our current global crisis and the destruction of Mother Earth in each one of us finding our way back home to ourselves and creating our reality from the inside out. And that's exactly what I teach. If each of us can access higher consciousness and source, you know, our world will be so lit up and all of our troubles will disappear, because all they are is a manifestation of a lack of love. And love for others and love for our planet, it starts with self-love, and that starts with self-awareness. And the key to that is knowing how to access higher consciousness. The crisis that we're experiencing at the moment is ridding the planet of lower vibrations. And the more you can anchor yourself in higher vibrations, the more you will thrive in these times. So I hope that many of you are going to join us in the transformation, since it's simply the easiest, the most enjoyable way to learn and practice. And it's also designed to fit into every schedule. The practices are powerful but short, the daily ones as short as 10 minutes. And you can really see amazing progress in a short amount of time, in as little as 2 hours per week. And of course, you get all the recordings for our sessions too, so you can do them whenever is convenient for you. Now, we all need more than ever this safe, high vibe place to be online, where we can share about our fears and hopes and really be in this together, growing together, emerging bigger and brighter from this intense year together. And because I know that many of you need this right now more than ever, I have an extra cool offering for you today. If you join us within the next 72 hours, then you will get to stay 6 months. So that's almost the whole rest of this year, instead of 3 months for the same price. So you will get double the time with me to practice, to heal, to grow, and emerge feeling the most beautiful, confident, and powerful you ever have. And this also makes it really easy to pay the investment of 999 euros in 6 easy monthly payments. So this is for you, especially if you're not sure yet that you want to be a healer and you need more clarity on your calling and you need to focus on your own healing journey first. Okay? So if this sounds like what you need, you can already go ahead and sign up right here. I'm going to give you the link in the comments. And you can also schedule a chat with me. Many of you I have known for years, so you already know how this works. You've been in lots of programs with me, but there's lots of new women in the circle at the moment. So if you want to, just hop on a chat with me so we can get to know each other better, and you can ask all your questions and see whether the transformation is right for you or not. So I'm going to give you the link to that right here. I'm going to pop it in the comments, and you can also find it in the description. Now, for all those of you who excuse me, talking too much. I could talk about the transformation forever. It's really, this is my mission, it's my calling. So for all those of you who already know that you want to be healers and wait for our 5-day event from June 10th to 14th, well, I'm going to share about the opportunity to become my apprentice, to study shamanism with me and get the business coaching that you need at the same time. Good. I will stay online for a bit longer in case you have questions about the transformation or this session, about the chakras in general, or about your navel chakra. And while you type your questions, I'm going to sum up what you've learned here today. So your navel chakra is your key to turn the volume up on your personal power and your confidence so that you can go out into the world and be somebody who actually changes stuff, okay? For yourself, for your children, for your clients, for our planet. So your task is to balance your navel chakra. And once you know if it is underactive or overactive, then you can choose a daily or weekly practice that fits your needs and implement some of those practical things that we talked about as well. And if your issues go deep, then you will have to go deep with your healing efforts. And you can do that by joining us for the healing sessions inside of the transformation. And this program might really be the solution that you have been waiting for. We all feel a calling right now to step up and learn how to contribute to a better world. And this is it. The transformation is all about handing you the tools that you need so that you can live your life from the inside out on your terms. And when you do that, you will automatically contribute to the highest good of all, because you're gonna embody your soul's purpose, the reason when you came here in the first place. This is possible, and it can even be pampering and fun and easy and affordable, because making amazing real life magic like that happen, that is my calling. Good. Let me see if there's any questions. Yeah. Okay, Magda, you're saying you're learning how to deal with your anger for Clara, for your daughter. So she needs a good example. That's very true. Our children need us to be good examples to them. Good. Thank you so much for joining me here. It was a pleasure, and I hope you got amazing insights on how to balance your navel chakra and will implement them right away, because there's no use in just watching this and letting it wash over you without implementing it. We have something really cool in the circle, if you're new here, that I want to talk about quickly, which is called the supporting sister system. So everybody can have a supporting sister in our circle here. So just do your own post, quickly introduce yourself and what the biggest thing is at the moment that you're working on in your life, what your biggest issue is, what you came to the circle for, and then ask for a supporting sister. This is going to be one of the other women who is happy to hold you accountable to the goals that you're setting, to the work that you're doing, to just share with, and just become a friend who's on the same path. I do this with my best friend who's also in the circle. She's called Britta. She was just here to give an amazing concert. If you haven't watched it yet, it's all about high vibes and anchoring ourselves in that higher vibration. So definitely watch it. And we do this together. So whenever I have a new goal that's sort of like out of my comfort zone for my own self-care or healing, then I will share it with her and we will hold each other accountable, which is just beautiful, okay? So make sure this gets done one way or another. And I'm here to help always, okay? So never hesitate to reach out to me. So here's to you. You're all amazing, and I'm all sending you so much love. Mwah. Bye for now.